Special Olympics competitions give athletes with intellectual disabilities a chance to demonstrate the skills they've acquired through training. To ensure an evenly matched competition, where everyone can strive to achieve their personal best, the teams are divided into divisions according to ability levels. The divisioning of the teams is done as a pre-stage to the competition itself. If applicable, teams are first divided with respect to gender and age. The next step is to play preliminary matches, where Special Olympics officials assess the team's ability levels. The teams are then put into final divisions for the actual competition. The number of divisions will depend on the number of teams taking part, and on how many ability levels are represented. But ideally, there'll be 3 to 8 teams of similar ability in each division. The primary aim of this video is to enable team coaches, prior to coming to a competition, to provide accurate information to the competition organisers concerning the ability level of their team. This can greatly assist the organisers in assigning preliminary divisions before moving on to on-site assessment. The video is also a useful training guide for on-site assessors. The main categories to look for when you assess your team are personal physical fitness, individual ball skills, goalkeeping, team performance. In this video, we'll compare examples of 4 different ability levels, always starting with the lowest, that is 4, and moving on to the highest, which is 1. The first category to look at is the physical fitness of the individual players. This is the base for judging the ability level of a player, as it will determine to a great extent what the player is capable of achieving. Look at the general fitness of the player. Is the player physically disabled? How agile is he or she? How fast can they run? What's their balance like? And how good is their coordination? The second category to assess is individual ball skills. Here we look at how players perform as individuals, and their ability levels are assessed with respect to dribbling, control and passing, shooting, heading, tackling and defending. You'll now see some examples of individual ball skills from 4 different ability levels, starting with the lowest. In ball control, level 4 players will only be able to control the ball for short periods of time. They can have problems with timing, and even if they might know what action to take, they often can't execute it as quickly as required. In dribbling, the players in this example show a very limited ability to dribble and control the ball, and they only manage to maintain possession for very short intervals. Heading would very rarely be seen at this level, as players are finding it difficult to combine their movements with the amount of precision required. When passing and shooting, they'll have problems with controlling the direction of the ball and judging how much power to use. Level 4 players will be able to kick a ball well from a static position, but it can be very difficult to accurately kick a ball when it's moving. Although the defenders in the following 2 examples manage to chase their opponents, they're finding it very difficult to simultaneously take action to actually stop the opponent's progress and gain possession of the ball. This example also highlights the importance of divisioning, as the player in blue clearly can't keep up with the tempo of his opponent and would probably do much better against a more even contestant. So, to summarise, a level 4 player has low level of control over the ball, can only deal with one skill at a time, and finds it difficult to time movements accurately. Level 3 players are, in general, able to perform most simple skills one by one, but struggle to combine them into flowing movements. They find it difficult to keep close control of the ball and often lose possession when pressured by opponents. While dribbling, this player is attempting to wrong-foot her opponent with a trick she's probably practiced in training and is fully capable of carrying out. But here, the pressure from the opposition is affecting her performance. Passes and shots are better than at level 4, but are still often lacking in either power or direction. Even when a player has plenty of time and is under no direct pressure, it can be difficult to get all components right. Headers start to occur at level 3, but without much power or control. Defensively, the players are also more likely to take focused actions, but timing the movements can still be difficult. In other examples, the player may stop the opponent's attack by successfully clearing the ball, but lack control when trying to keep the ball within the team. So, to summarize, a level 3 player can perform most individual skills on a moderate level, struggles under pressure from opponents, and lacks in power and direction when shooting and passing. Level 2 players are better at combining different elements and can be more advanced at certain individual skills, as long as they're not under too much pressure. The players in these two examples are both possessing good dribbling skills, but are being affected by the pressure from opponents when it comes to finishing off the dribble with a shot at goal. When a level 2 player is not under any immediate pressure, he or she can achieve a very good shot at target. And here, from a static position, a well-planned shot with sufficient power. It's only lacking control in direction and is slightly off target. It's important to take the opposition into account when judging a player's ability level. The player in this example appears as a skilled dribbler, but may not be as competent when placed under pressure. At level 2, headers may still not be too powerful, but they're in general more planned and directed. Defenders are capable of putting a great deal of pressure on their opponents, making full use of their bodies in order to gain possession of the ball. So to summarize, a level 2 player can be very advanced at certain skills, is still affected by pressure from opponents, and uses physical pressure both in attack and defence. At level 1, the players often have excellent ball control and can dribble very well, even under tough pressure. At the end of a dribble, they're able to look up and find a teammate with a well-directed pass. In this example, the player is challenging his opponents while maintaining close control of the ball before performing a quality pass leading to a goal. This shows that the player is aware of the positions of his teammates, even while taking on opponents during a dribble. The players at this level have no problems combining different skills and are capable of making a strong, well-placed shot at the end of a dribble. Shooting from set plays is also done very professionally, with the players consciously directing the ball at chosen areas of the goal. Headers are often both powerful and directed. And defenders are using well-timed tackles to gain possession of the ball. So, to summarize, a level 1 player often has excellent ball control in all aspects of the game, can easily combine different skills, even under pressure, and is able to provide a strong defense, including tackles. In summary, consistency, accuracy, quality and speed of individual ball skills all increase from level 4 to level 1, as does the ability of a player to perform well under pressure. Assessing the goalkeeper is a crucial part of the divisioning process, as he or she has a very strong impact on the result of a match, and hence also on the team's overall ability level. When assessing a goalkeeper, we can look at the following factors: anticipation and awareness, positioning, stopping and blocking, catching, and distribution. You'll now see some examples of goalkeeping skills from 4 different ability levels, again starting with the lowest. Level 4 goalkeepers have a low level of match awareness, which affects their ability to anticipate opponents' moves and position themselves accordingly. They'll not be able to combine their movements with much speed and often struggle with coordination. It's important to take into account that the goalkeeper in this example is at a much lower level than his teammates, which could significantly affect the team's final divisioning placement. In these examples, the goalkeepers are all positioned well, but their anticipation of and reaction to the attacker's next move is not quick enough to result in an attempt to actually stop the ball. And when the goalkeeper does make an attempt to stop an opponent's shot, as seen here, the action is often carried out too late. So unless the game is very slow, a level 4 goalkeeper won't be able to make many saves, and saves that are made will almost exclusively consist of blocks rather than catches. In this example, we see a goalkeeper struggling with timing and coordination, although her awareness is good, and she's well prepared for what action to take. In terms of ball distribution, level 4 goalkeepers will lack the match awareness required to be able to judge where to distribute the ball. Coordination and power also affect this skill. The goalkeepers seen in these 2 examples appear to have a good idea of where they want to deliver the ball, but can't control their movements in order to perform the actions as intended. So, to summarize, a level 4 goalkeeper is slow in anticipating and reacting to moves by the opponents, is not coordinating or combining movements very well, and struggles to distribute the ball where it's intended to. At level 3, the goalkeepers have better match awareness and can more easily anticipate and prepare for their opponent's attacks. Their reactions are faster, and they're better at coordinating their movements. This goalkeeper is reacting quickly and moving forward in the goal area to catch the ball before an opponent can make a shot at goal. But bear in mind that the tempo of the game is very slow, and that a level 3 goalkeeper wouldn't be able to perform this move under a lot of pressure. The main way of making saves is still by blocking the ball, but a level 3 goalkeeper is able to put his or her body behind the ball and is reacting faster to opponents' moves. Goalkeepers on this level are finding it easier to combine several movements, but coordination, although better, is still causing some problems. When the tempo is slower and there's no direct pressure on the goalkeeper, he or she can also manage to catch and hold on to the ball. But again, this would be difficult in a more pressurized situation. As the goalkeepers have better match awareness, they also have a better understanding of where to distribute the ball in order to give their own team a playing advantage. So there's more intent behind goal kicks and throws, but they're still often lacking in either strength or precision. So, to summarize, a level 3 goalkeeper has better match awareness and a higher ability of anticipation, makes most saves by blocking the ball, and lacks strength and precision when distributing the ball. At level 2, goalkeepers have good match awareness and are taking on more responsibility for organising the defence and giving instructions to their teammates. They're also good at anticipating their opponent's moves and are preparing for attacks by constantly repositioning themselves in the goal area. Goalkeepers at this level are able to make saves by both blocking and catching the ball. And after they've made a block, they quickly reposition themselves so that they're ready for any potential rebounds. Despite also having a physical disability, this goalkeeper is putting on a great performance. He first makes a good clearance, utilising his whole body, and then returns to the goal area for another well-made save. Level 2 goalkeepers have much better timing and coordination, and can make a save even in more pressurized situations. The goalkeeper in this example is using his body in order to protect the ball, making sure he doesn't lose grip of it. And this goalkeeper demonstrates a good ability of timing by first making a catch right in front of his opponent's feet, preventing a shot at goal, before quickly handing the ball over to his teammate. Distribution is performed at a high level, both physically and tactically. The goalkeepers help to create opportunities for their teammates by delivering the ball to well-chosen players or areas. In this example, the goalkeeper is following up a save by an attempt to quickly distribute the ball to a teammate. The delivery is well planned, but lacks control, and the ball ends up with an opponent. The goalkeeper, however, shows good skill by reacting fast and getting into position to make a second clearance. So, to summarise, a level 2 goalkeeper makes saves by both blocking and catching the ball. Has good timing and coordination, also under pressure. And distributes the ball well, both physically and tactically. Goalkeepers at level 1 have very good match awareness. They're able to stay focused on the game action and are continuously reassessing their position within the goal area. They play a major role in organising their defenders and give visual and verbal instructions to their teammates. Concerning positioning and timing, This goalkeeper is keeping mobile while waiting for a free kick to be taken. He shows a high level of anticipation by repeatedly repositioning himself, and then, once the free kick is taken, waiting for the right moment before jumping to make an agile and well-timed save. Goalkeepers at this level are fully capable of both blocking and catching the ball, and adapt their saves to what the situation requires. In these two examples, the goalkeepers deal with powerful free kicks by blocking the ball, and then, if needed, quickly getting up again to cover for the rebound. In other situations, the goalkeepers are catching and holding onto the ball, while dealing well with pressure from opponents. Goalkeepers at this level are showing more confidence in themselves by moving further out in the goal area, and they're often interrupting the opponent's moves, preventing their attacks from being completed. Coordination is not a problem, and goalkeepers are catching and distributing the balls in flowing moves. At this level, distribution is done with power and precision. Goalkeepers are delivering balls with strategy and intent in order to create scoring opportunities for their teammates. So to summarise, a level 1 goalkeeper has very good match awareness and helps organising the defence. Makes saves by blocking or catching the ball, even under strong pressure, and distributes balls with a high level of power and precision. In summary, the level of technical skills, positioning, anticipation, speed of reaction and ball distribution all increase from level 4 to level 1, as does the ability to perform such skills under increasing pressure. The last area to assess is the overall team performance. Here we look at how players perform as a team, opposed to as individuals. The ability level of a team is evaluated with respect to spatial awareness, team positioning, teamwork, set pieces and tactics. You'll now see some examples of team performance from 4 different ability levels, starting with the lowest. At level 4, teams have very little spatial awareness and a low level of integration between players. It can be very difficult for the players to read the game and anticipate what their teammates are intending to do. Hence, the players find it hard to think ahead of the immediate action, which is why we rarely see the players in a level 4 team move into open spaces in anticipation of a pass. At the same time, there are at this level often players who remain static and move very little in anticipation of the play. Coordinated defensive action is rare at this level. Players find it difficult to anticipate where they should place themselves and what they should do in order to stop their opponent's attacks. In these 2 examples, the attacking players are given plenty of space and time to attempt a shot at goal. An example here of quite good technical skill, but weak teamwork. The player in white is showing some good individual skills by winning the ball and dribbling it across the field to score. But she's not involving any of her teammates, and there's no integration or teamwork, either in attack or defence. At level 4, teams will make little use of game tactics or practiced routines for free kicks and other set pieces. And even when players do know where they want to deliver the ball, they often can't execute the action as intended. This player is instructing his teammates to move up towards the goal, but is then finding it difficult to deliver the free kick where he meant to. And in this example, there's no team effort at the free kick. No players have positioned themselves in or around the penalty box to be available for a pass or to be ready for a potential rebound. This animation illustrates the typical playing pattern of a level 4 team with regard to spatial awareness and teamwork. We can see how the players act as individuals, and that many of them are concentrated on following the ball, while others remain static and uninvolved. The level of communication is low, and a very limited part of the field is occupied at any one time. So, to summarize, a level 4 team has a very low level of spatial awareness, plays with little teamwork or integration between the players, and finds it difficult to use game tactics at set pieces or in the run of play. At level 3, teams have better spatial awareness and a higher level of integration between the players. Teamwork is only achieved when the tempo is slow, however, and players lose their spatial awareness under pressure from opponents. This player, for example, is forced by the pressure from the opposition to concentrate on keeping the ball under control. If he'd not been under pressure, he probably would have discovered his better placed teammate and passed the ball to him, instead of making the shot himself. Level 3 teams find it difficult to anticipate opponents' actions and struggle to work as a team defensively. Their actions are often too slow and lack in communication. In this example, there are plenty of players in the defensive area, but there's no coordination or communication, and no one interferes quickly enough to actually stop the attack. Corners and other set pieces are taken with more intent than on level 4. Teams are capable of understanding basic tactics, although they may struggle to execute them correctly. In this example, there's a good strategy behind the free kick, and it's probably been practiced in training. But although well-intentioned, the taker of the free kick finds it difficult to deliver the ball to the teammate who's taken position in front of the goal. And here, the opposite. The player who takes the corner is well capable of delivering the ball straight into the goal area. But instead, there's a lack of understanding between the players, and none of the teammates have positioned themselves in the targeted area. This animation illustrates the typical playing pattern of a level 3 team with regard to spatial awareness and teamwork. At this level, we can see some basic teamwork and some more integration between the players. The level of communication is restricted, and players are still only using a limited part of the field at any one time. So, to summarize, a level 3 team has better spatial awareness with a higher level of integration between players, struggles to work as a team in defensive situations, and are using basic tactics at set plays. Teams at level 2 have good spatial awareness and a high level of integration between players. The play includes more passes and good build-up play, and players are continuously moving into empty spaces, anticipating passes. This player is well aware of his teammate's position and makes a strategic pass, leading to a goal. Here we can see how level 2 players are capable of spreading out and utilising a much larger part of the field. In this example, there are several good passes to open up space before a cross is made into the goal area and a goal is scored. At this level, players are showing much better teamwork in defence. They're communicating more and marking their opponents closely. The players find it easier to read the game and can better anticipate their opponent's moves and position themselves accordingly. At game tactics, teams start to show quick adaptation to different opponents and match situations. Here we see a routine which has probably been practiced in training. After kick-off, the midfielder quickly plays the ball forward, aiming for his teammate who's made a run towards the goal area. The pass is lacking in direction, but the idea is good and could well have resulted in a shot at goal. Game tactics are also used at set pieces, where players are able to respond to each other's initiatives or to tactical instructions from coaches. At level 2, players use much more communication than at lower levels in order to influence the game action. In this example, communication between teammates results in a short corner leading to a shot at goal. And here, another good example of communication. A teammate is asking for the ball to be played into an open space and immediately starts moving towards the area where the ball is played, evading his marker and scoring a goal. This animation illustrates the typical playing pattern of a level 2 team with regard to spatial awareness and teamwork. We can see that the play includes more passes and that the players are spreading out better across the field. There's more communication and teamwork between the players, both in attack and defence. So, to summarise, a level 2 team has good spatial awareness and a high level of integration between players. Works as a team in defence and can better anticipate their opponent's moves. And uses game tactics, both at set pieces and in the run of play. At level 1, teams have excellent spatial awareness and are using the whole width of the field. The players are fully aware of each other's positions and good teamwork is performed, even under intense pressure from opponents. Communication is used extensively, and in this example the players are making their intentions clear to each other and creating a good build-up leading to a scoring opportunity. At this level, players are interacting well, even when the tempo is high. Defensively, players are good at anticipating the game action, and they mark their opponents closely. They can better anticipate the opposition's moves, so they know where to place themselves and what action to take to stop their attacks. Here we see a good example of defensive teamwork, where the players are well aware of both their own teammates and the opposition's movements. This attack would have ended with a goal had the defender not been covering for his goalkeeper by making a crucial block on the goal line. At this level, game tactics are used extensively at both set pieces and in the run of play. Teams respond well to tactical changes and instructions from coaches and adapt practiced routines to suit different match situations. Players at level 1 have more confidence in their abilities and are more likely to take short free kicks or corners, knowing that they're capable of creating scoring opportunities through build-ups and passing play. This animation illustrates the typical playing pattern of a Level 1 team with regard to spatial awareness and teamwork. At this level, we can see extensive teamwork and a high level of integration between players. Communication is used to create build-ups, and players are utilizing the whole width of the field. So to summarize, a Level 1 team has very good spatial awareness and utilizes the whole playing area. Performs good teamwork in attack and defense, even under strong pressure from opponents. And can adapt set pieces and game tactics to what the situation requires. In summary, team performance progresses from Level 4 to Level 1 in terms of spatial awareness, communication, team awareness, responsibilities for attack and defense, the ability to execute good set plays, and reactions to the tactics of the opposing team. Providing a good and evenly matched competition experience is one of the founding principles of Special Olympics, but one that takes significant effort from organisers and good pre-competition information from coaches. In this video, we've attempted to categorise the range of ability levels that competition organisers will encounter at Special Olympics competitions, and to contribute to the goal of creating enjoyable and exciting competitions for all players, coaches and organisers, and for the public, who get an opportunity to witness the skill, the sharing and the joy that is Special Olympics.